Stassi Schroeder is revealing that she's been offered to return to Vanderpump Rules. We already saw her make a cameo on Vanderpump Villa, so could she be coming back to Bravo? We also have Rachel Leviss's publicist who is defending Rachel's lawsuit against Ariana, but I have questions about her motives. And let's get into what to watch this week. We've got lots of new shows. The RHONY reboot premiere of, I think it's season 15. We'll get into all of it. Let's get it.
You're listening to No Filter with Zach Peter, your go-to source for all the latest pop culture and reality TV tea, served fresh all week long. Now, let's dive in.
What's going on? What's going on, guys? Let's get it. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Hello, guys. Let's Zactivate. I don't know if we want to get Zactivated. I will say, I have to thank all of the straight people for all the love that I've gotten since yesterday. I revealed to everybody that I was labeled as being anti-straight. The love from the straight community has just been overpouring. I am now advocating that we add straight people to the, what is it? Don't want to make sure I want to make sure I don't butcher it, but it's the LGBTQIA2S plus, and it stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, trans, queer and questioning, intersex, asex, agender, and two-spirit. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. So I think if we're including all of these people, then I feel like, me as the non-anti-straight person, I would like to add the straight people to, but come on, you got LGBTQIA2S plus. Like at this point, we're turning this into a password, right? It needs to be what? 8 characters. We need at least one uppercase letter, a symbol, a number. We've got all of that in there. We've got, all the letters are capital. We have a 2 in there and we have a plus in there. At this point, the LGBT community is just becoming password protected. And that's what's even worse is that it's like a password and you have to know the password in order to get in. And that's why I feel like all the straight people are getting left out. So, just me trying to destigmatize, the marginalized straight people of the world. Evalie says, that comment was made by someone who's never listened to this show. Candid by Denise says, Lord Jesus, every 5 seconds the acronym changes. It's not that it changes, it keeps growing, right? It keeps getting bigger. It's a grower, not a shower, right? It keeps getting longer. And it's like, wow, didn't expect that. It got like an extension. And Up says, I want to be known as a symbol. Well, the symbol is the plus sign at the end. Because I feel like we could just at this point, we could just make it G plus, right? Gay plus everything else, right? Because lesbian and bi and trans and well, there's transgender and trans, because apparently there's a difference. Listen, I'm learning. I'm becoming better and better every day. Yeah, and then we have queer. And I didn't even know that the Q stands for queer or questioning and questioning. So you could be queer and questioning. And I'm like, well, then doesn't that technically qualify straight people too? Like, what if they're like, maybe I don't know, maybe I'm unsure. Lil Van says, I can't keep up. You can't keep up. Imagine me. These are my people, and I'm trying to keep up. I'm still we have intersex, asexual, agender. It's literally inclusive of everyone except the straight people. And I think that is not cool because now we're marginalizing straight people. So yeah, but the one that cracks me up the most is the two-spirit, because I'm like, and I sent this to one of my friends. She's old-fashioned, so she's just lesbian. She's not queer or questioning. She's not the part of the plus. She's just a lesbian, so she just likes coochie. But so I sent it to her and I was like, did you know that we added in the two-spirit? And she's just like, what is two-spirit? And then I sent her the Google definition of two-spirit, and it's an umbrella term for indigenous people who express their gender or sexualities differently from others. Two-spirit people often play important roles in the community, such as healers or leaders. They got the magic D. One. I got the magic stick. Bum ba bum ba bum 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 ba bum 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 ba bum bum. I got the magic stick, magic stick, magic stick. So yeah, Lizette says she likes lesbian corn on the cob, which we know is our YouTube safe term for the word that rhymes with corn on the cob. She says that she likes lesbian corn on the cob, but she's straight. So is she questioning? I mean, I don't even know. I like straight corn on the cob. So like, but I also don't really care for corn on the cob. It gets stuck in your teeth. So it's not my preference. Like I would rather have the real thing rather than the fake thing. But like why do I want fake corn when I could have real corn? You know what I Well, not real corn, but like, a real vegetable. Not paid by anyone says, I can barely remember what I ate yesterday. Too many letters. Well, we've gone through the alphabet. It's not just letters anymore. Now we have numbers and symbols. Make sure you refresh your chat. Yes. Yes. So yeah, there we go. Two spirits. So that's what the two spirit. They're healers and leaders. It's an umbrella term. I thought that LGBT was an umbrella acronym. Like, when something's already an umbrella, you can't keep adding more umbrellas under the umbrella. Like, then what's the point of the big umbrella? Like, the whole point of the umbrella is we're inclusive of everyone. We want everyone. We love everyone except the straight people. And now suddenly we have umbrellas under the big umbrella. And it was already it was a whole rainbow. And now we're adding more colors. And I'm just like, Aaron D says, I just love everyone and leave it there. Aaron's like, listen, don't get me into this. I don't want anybody coming after me. I love, love, love. Haters gonna hate, but I just love, love, love. I can stand under my but how did I miss that one? End up under my umbrella, Ella, a. Well, I just want all the straight people to know you can stand under my umbrella, Ella, a, 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 a. Jackie says, "Hi Zach from Kansas City. Love the podcast. Thank you. I hope you're straight so that you know straight representation matters. All the straight people." And the two-spirited people. I don't think I've ever met a two-spirit person. Are there I'm just gonna say it. Are there enough two-spirited people that we have to add them to the fucking umbrella with their own umbrella? Like, how many two-spirit well, I mean, do they count for two since they have two spirits? I don't. Listen, I have 9 personalities, but, like, damn. I don't ask for all 9 of my personalities to be, included under the rainbow umbrella, you know? I'm trying to keep up. I'm trying to keep up, but I feel like I'm being left behind. I just I don't. I still don't fully understand the two-spirit people, but listen, we love them nonetheless, Nonetheless. Like Aaron D. I just love, love, love. Haters gonna hate, but I just love, love, love. Candid by Teresa says, welcome to the club. Gay, lesbian, and straight people are now considered basic. We're basic. Well, no, I learned the other day that that gay men are like, we're like the new straight white man. And I was like, when did that happen? Why did the LGBTQ plus two spirit people, like, why did they start hating? Like, what did we do? I learned that like we're not like they don't like us anymore. I was like, what in the hell did I didn't do anything. I just want to suck dick in peace. You know what I mean? You do you suck your spirits, you suck whatever you want to suck. You do it all, right? Like Billy Lee having sex with the ghost. Remember when she revealed that she had sex with the ghost? Like, listen, you do you, boo. But like, I didn't realize it's like not cool to just be gay anymore. And I was like, well, damn, what if I don't want to sleep with spirits? Like, what if I just occasionally like some dick? You know, I don't think that's a bad thing. I just think I don't know. All right. Two-Spirit is for our indigenous community. I thought that's their belief system. Right, the Two-Spirit is their well, yes, how it's defined by the Google and Dub specifically is it's an umbrella term for indigenous people who express their gender or sexual identities differently from others. And I'm like, "Well, damn. What if the Mexican people wanna express their genders differently?" I actually but here's the thing, I don't wanna express my identity differently from others, like, if anything, I just wanted to like, why can't we all just be cool, you know? Like, I love you, you love me, and we just love, 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 right? Like, I don't need to be any more different than I already am. I'm good, you know? Sounds like they made it simple for their group. I mean, you know, Anaconda says, I grew up, just know there were gay people that never thought it was anything different. I was 5 and I was at my first drag show. This was okay. Now we're getting into a story how you've been in, I get it. And you marched with Martin Luther King and you knew Harvey Milk and you were waving the gay pride flag at 5 years old. You led the charge, you led the march. She said, my family was real progressive here in Sweden back in the 1980s. You know what, Anaconda? I feel like now I'm you, but now I'm trying to represent the straight people since I was accused of being anti-straight, which is like the weirdest thing. I love straight men. You know what I mean? Like I try to steal them from their wives all the time. So there we go. Sydney says, "Thank you, Anaconda. Your community is so progressive. Everybody's so progressive." But we're getting a little too progressive. You know, like we can get a little more conservative. You know, like, let's just say love, 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 and just let it be that. I'm just like the Aaron D is the new motto, right? We're just gonna be like Aaron D is the leader, and she's just like, I just love everyone. I don't ask questions. I don't need to know. I just love you. So there we go. Sorry, I had to go on my tangent because it was just funny because there was just so many people that were like, thank that were I mean, obviously it's a joke, right, guys? Like it's we're making fun of it, but so many people were just like, thank you for speaking up for the straight community. And I was like, anytime, break the stigma, stand together. Love is love. We are we love a good tangent. Listen, when it's a slow news day, you get a good tangent. Okay, I'm supposed to be on Casey's podcast if I don't get canceled after this live stream or this episode of the podcast. But so um I'm going to talk more about the RHONY premiere, which I watched this morning. It was fine. It's very obvious that Bryn is going to be the villain this season. It was fine. I would give it maybe a 7 out of 10. It was a fine I mean, there wasn't anything groundbreaking. Bryn seems to be stirring the pot. It feels very, like, quintessential housewivesy. So, like, sure. It wasn't bad. Is it something that I'm gonna look forward to watching week after week? I don't know. I'm glad that we're in a 2nd season, so I kind of already know who all the players are. Um, but yeah, it's fine. I'm not, like, riveted by it, but it's not terrible. So I'll give it that. I would give it a solid 7 out of 10. We'll see how it goes. I mean, it doesn't seem like the first minute of the episode was good though, right? Because they talk about, I guess there was some drama that went down between Uba and Bryn, and they like have it out, and then we have to see them come together when they're shooting the opening credits, and it was a whole thing. So that was kind of interesting because obviously we love the drama. The drama doesn't appear to be too deep. Um, it was fine. I wonder how well, I guess we don't have the ratings yet. We'll get those probably later today or even tomorrow. But yeah. August said it was hard to watch. Well, I guess I watched more intently knowing that I was gonna have to discuss it on Kate Casey's show. Stacey says Bryn is very predictable now. Well, she just stirs the pot and she takes things out of context, which I get it can be annoying and it's upsetting to the other women because she's causing problems that don't need to be caused because she's exaggerating things or twisting things out of context. I get it. It's annoying. But it's like the same shtick we've seen on Housewives over and over and over again. So like I'm invested, but I'm also kind of like not really invested. It's interesting that we see Jenna Lyons engaging a little bit more. She seems to be embracing her role of a housewife, which is nice because it's not like she hates it. The fact that Aaron is crying about $250,000, it's giving broke. I mean, I would be annoyed about it 200 if I paid for well, I mean, I guess if I offered, but then you're like, Jenna Lyons can afford that. Like, bitch, pay up. Here's my Venmo. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I kind of get it, but it's also just kind of dumb that I agree with you. It is kind of giving broke. Like, if you really are like hurting for 250 to send somebody in an Uber, you know, yeah. Dennis says, I cannot wait to hear you on that. Also, just got done listening to the most recent episode of the Pop Report. Yes, the most recent episode of the Pop Report is out now. So go check out the Pop Report, listen, like, subscribe, all the things, right? Is Uber the one who's pregnant? I don't think any of them are pregnant. If any of them were pregnant, we would see them with a pregnant belly now when they're promoting the show. None of them are pregnant. I don't know who's pregnant. Obviously, no one's pregnant because if the opening credits were shot in June, um, which is when the season wraps, so let's just give a little grace and say maybe the pregnancy reveal was revealed in June, then June, July, August, September. We're now going into October. They would be at least what, 4 or 5 months pregnant minimum by now. You would see something, you know? Pamela says $250,000 is a lot to me. That's a whole house. No, my love, it's not $250,000. It's $250, right? That was how much she spent on the Uber. $200 and $50 together, 250, not 250,000. It was an Uber ride for 250. Not a quarter mil. That would be a real expensive Uber. That's the discrepancy because people are like 250 is a lot, but then end up's like, no, it's 250 is, you know, is 200. So yeah. But yeah, it was fine. I mean, Jenna Lyons seems to be engaging a bit more. Raquel, I didn't think I was gonna like Raquel, but something about her, I'm kind of intrigued, you know? Rebecca Minkoff, not really that intrigued. Like if I'm interested in Rebecca Minkoff, like Bryn said, I'll just go to Nordstrom Rack. So I don't think Rebecca's gonna bring very much to the show, but Raquel, in an interesting way, has hooked me, and I'm curious, and I'm interested to learn more. We need a new Raquel in Bravo. Yeah, we need someone to rebrand the Raquel name on Bravo. Sydney says it better have been an Uber XL Black. I know that's right. But here's the thing, even if it were an Uber XL Black, then that could not have been a very long trip. Because an Uber XL, you can very quickly rack up 250 like that with an Uber XL Black. Those start at like 150. So 250 for a ride share. I pay $100 each way from my place to the Vegas trip. Yeah, they're expensive. Ubers are expensive. I Uber all the time. Okay, what else? Oh, what is the name? I always forget the name of the show. Um, nobody wants this. No one wants this. I think it's nobody wants this, right? That's the name of it. Nobody wants this. It's a rom-com series on Netflix. It stars Kristen Bell and Adam Brody. It was written and created by Erin Foster of the Foster sisters, David Foster's daughters. Remember, David was married to Yolanda Foster. I think I'm 4 episodes, maybe 5 episodes deep into the show. I was watching it last night. It's so good. It's very cute. Like Kristen Bell is this agnostic podcaster that hates men. She doesn't trust men, right? She has very poor choices in men. Somebody DM'd me there last night and they're like, "Oh my God, Zach, Kristen Bell is so you." And I was like, first of all, I don't know whether I should feel seen or be offended. But so she's a podcaster. That has trouble with men and doesn't trust them very much because she feels like that if she brings a man into her life and he fully sees her, then he's going to think that she's too much and he's going to leave her. And you know what? I was watching my TV last night and I was screaming at the TV saying, "Don't do it, Kristen Bell. Don't trust him. Don't trust him," even though she is agnostic, right? And I'm two-spirited. So I'm not agnostic. She's agnostic and Adam Brody is a rabbi. And so they're trying to navigate that because what does he call a shigspa? I think a shigspa. And so I'm so sad it's over. And Zach, your reaction to it. Is it over or what's over? The show's not over. I haven't even finished it. I'm only on episode 5. Don't end it for me already. Stephanie says, let's get to the good stuff already. Sheesh. Okay, well, Stephanie, I am the good stuff. Okay, you come to No Filter with Zack Peter for guess what? No Filter with Zack Peter. This is the good stuff. You're looking at it, all two spirits. Okay. But so anyway, now I lost my damn oh, the show is good. And so anyway, so somebody said, oh, it's a shiksa. Okay, so she's a shiksa. And so a shiksa, I get, is a Gentile, I think. I'm trying to remember because I wasn't raised Jewish, but I was raised Christian and Catholic. And so some of the terms kind of overlap, but like different, right? Like the Catholics love Mary and the Christians don't really care for Mary. And then the Jewish people, I don't know where their stance is on Mary, the mother of Jesus, actually. I think, I'm not entirely sure. So I'm not going to speak to that because I've already offended all the two spirit people. That the last thing I'm trying to do is now marginalize. And I've already offended the straight people that I can't also offend the Jewish people. But anyway, that said, she is a shiksa, and none of his family likes that. And then the people in her world are like, I don't know, we don't trust this dude, but they're falling in love and they like each other, even though they're so different and their lives are so different and they're, everything about it is just not, they're not compatible. But then they're falling in love and they're like resisting everybody's resistance to them. So yeah, it's very good. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. Sydney says, I'm straight and half Jewish. Why am I not offended? I don't know. You're more than welcome to be offended at me because, I got the right stuff, baby. I don't know why I did a titty flex, but mm, mm, mm. Can you see my titties flex? Look at that. Ooh, ooh. No, you can't see it through this shirt. Anyway, their chemistry is electric. I know. She should leave him or she should leave Dax Shepard for Adam Brody. Adam Brody is looking good. I mean, he's kind of looking old, right? Like he's looking a little rugged because obviously he's aging. And Kristen Bell looks incredible for her. Well, not even just for her age, she looks incredible. Period. Like that's the end of the sentence. But like Adam Brody, like he's looking a little rough, but there's something about it that's kind of like I'm kind of into that like cute, like rugged vibe. Which, okay, I also have something really unpopular to say. And if you haven't canceled me by now, you're probably going to cancel me. What I was trying to watch, one, I recommend the Netflix show with Kristen Bell and Adam Brody. It's good. It's great. It's cute. But I was watching um, the VP debate last night, and you're going to cancel me. But there was something. First of all, I liked it because I felt like both of these gentlemen were able to kind of like come together and have a decent conversation. They didn't really take any like deep personal attacks at each other. They kind of like agreed with each other on certain things, which I thought was very civil. I didn't watch the whole thing because it was kind of boring, to be honest with you. It wasn't as entertaining as the presidential debate, but this is kind of the calmness that I want and that I like for our government officials. But I think you already know what I'm going to say. And that's canceled. I can already tell. JD Vance was looking kind of hot. Like he was kind of doing things for me. Not like I wasn't like, ooh, yeah, talk policy to me, baby. But I was like, oh, he's looking kind of like a snack on TV tonight. And just like the way he like held himself, I was like, okay, I can get with that dad bod. I can do it. I mean, it's not like I want to fuck walls. No, thank you. Vance, okay, thank you. I'm glad you guys agree with me. And it's like, Zach, don't say it. Don't say. I mean, listen, if I'm going to support the straight people, I'd rather bang one. And listen, if my options were to bang JD Vance or Tim Waltz, I would rather bang JD Vance, right? August said he's kind of hot. I agree. Listen, I've never said my pick in men, you know, has never been great. Clearly, my record. I host a show called Disaster Daters. I'm not endorsing my picks, but so many Republican females have things for other females. Oh, I didn't know that. Vance is a cutie for show. Right? Right? You know what I mean? I'm sorry. Vance won the debate. Cancel me too. Yeah. I mean, listen, he looked good. I'm commenting not on anybody's policies. I'm just saying I'd hit it, you know? I'd hit it. Vance has the creepy piercing eyes that don't. The thing with Vance, like my heart or not Vance, the thing with Waltz is I he just looked so nervous, you know what I mean? And he his the way he would kind of and then he would nervously scribble down notes. The thing is when Waltz talked, he wasn't bad, right? Like he was able to really articulate his points, but the way he just looked so nervous that I'm like, baby, take a breath. Like it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Breathe, breathe, take a Xanax. Like I was just like, sweetheart, just deep breaths and just, deliver your lines. Like I think it was just the cadence that JD Vance had that I was like, "Oh, choke me," you know? You know what I mean? I was like, "Oh, I I don't know." Like I didn't even need to hear the words that were coming out of his mouth for me to be like, "Oh, you know, he did seem like he had confidence." He had so much confidence. And Waltz just did not, and I'm just like, you know, Waltz was great. I'm not understanding this. I mean, listen, I watch these things very objectively. I know a lot of people watch them, and people that are more on the right were like JD Vance won, and the people that were more on the left like Waltz totally won. Like I get it. I feel like at this point everybody knows who they're voting for. This didn't change anybody's opinions. Everybody already went into the debate knowing who was going to win in their own mind. Like that's just really where it's at, you know. But I say Zach for VP. Listen, I can hold myself in a good debate. I love a good debate. You should go flip him. Only half try. Well, listen, I'm trying to be a representation for, straight allies. So, ally, JD Vance, if you want to meet me in the parking lot, ally. They were civil, which I like. That's how debates used to be. Yeah, that's how they should be. I agree. Um, okay, so let's talk about the Stassi and the Rachel of it all, because my God. Um, but before we get into the Stassi and the Rachel, I did just want to give a quick shout out, and that is for Mochi. Okay. I was talking about Mochi yesterday. I'm happy to share Mochi now. Mochi is a telehealth platform that connects patients seeking medication based weight loss treatments with board certified doctors and dietitians to help them determine the best treatment option to accomplish that goal. Their programs are completely virtual, meaning that you can access their services anywhere in the US and will be meeting with their team online. You deserve doctors that listen and they're dedicated to providing holistic, patient centered care that prioritizes overall well being with the goal of transforming how weight management is approached. So, I'm here to introduce you to them because healthcare has a history of blaming weight as some type of moral failing on the patient, and Mochi is here to help. Okay. Give Mochi a try. Mochi Health takes a holistic approach to weight loss. So it includes visits with board certified doctors, nutrition consultations, and medication that's delivered directly to your door. It's science backed medication, including GLP 1s like Ozempic. We know all the housewives are loving their Ozempic lately, right? Many of them have come out and endorsed it, or just GLP 1s in general. Right. So if Ozempic is something that you're interested in, or their generic compounded versions, they're available, they're accessible, they're affordable, regardless of insurance coverage, all through Mochi. With Mochi, their dietitians work hand in hand with your medication to create personalized nutrition plans that fit your lifestyle. So if you want to reach your weight loss goals with science-backed, FDA-approved GLP-1 medications with support from real doctors and guidance from registered dietitians, it's easy. You can do it right now. You can get the results that you're looking for. Just get started at joinmochi.com. Mochi is MOCHI. That's joinmochi.com and use code NOFILTER and you'll receive $40 off. That's joinmochi.com. Use code NOFILTER and receive $40 off at joinmochi.com. Okay. Now, where were we? Okay, Stassi Schroeder. She is on her book tour right now, and she has just revealed that she was on the Not Skinny Not Fat podcast, and there she just revealed that oh, what is this? What is this? Jason Couchy. What are these court documents? What is Jason Couchy? Jason M. Couchy Respondent. Are these divorce papers or is this custody? What? Oh, response to marriage part. Oh, these are the divorce documents. Oh, you're getting live reactions to the divorce. The Jax and, well, I mean, obviously his real name isn't Jax. It's Jason Couchy. Brittany Cartwright and Jason M. Couchy. Filed September 26th. Oh, are they divorced? Or wait, what does this mean? Are these the divorce docs? Is it final? Did they just settle their divorce? Is that what this is? Legal custody of physical custody. I don't know what this is. But when I do know what it is, I will gladly break it down for you guys. But anyway, Stassi Schroeder was on the Not Skinny, Not Fat podcast. And she revealed that a producer reached out to her and wanted to get her back on Vanderpump Rules. And she's like, I really have to think about this. She said that it was around the time that her second book was announced. And I guess she was like considering coming back for a second. It was before Scandal broke. So that, I guess that season, was it season 10? Which would have been a weird time. Well, yeah, it was after, because season 9 was like that weird season without, it was the post-pandemic season, and Stassi, Jax, and Brittany, and none of them came back, right? And that was the Brock when he was at the center of all the drama. So I guess that season had passed, and so it was season 10 that they were going into, which was the Scandal season, and they were trying to bring Stassi back, which was very fast. That was only like 2 years after everything had ended. But so the producer reached out to her and is like, we want to have you back on the show. And we're, let's take a meeting and let's see what we can do. And Stassi discussed it with Bo. And I guess she was just like, you know what? It's not for me. Like, she has no interest in coming back to Vanderpump Rules. She doesn't want to. She said that she considered it, but then she saw the success that she had without Vanderpump Rules, that she's like, I really don't need Vanderpump Rules. Like, my book is doing so well. People are responding to my book really well. So she made the decision to not come back to Vanderpump Rules. But then she still took the meeting. And in the meeting is when she said, like, that she had reached the decision that she was not interested. And then she said that the producer in that meeting then told her, oh, yeah, well, actually, I never got your return approved by the network. So there's no real offer anyway. And Stassi was like, oh my God, had I actually like committed to like wanting to come back and got my hopes up and then went into this meeting knowing that it wasn't even a real offer, that the offer was rescinded. So. Oh, this is what these documents are. Sorry, I just got like, I got page 1 and page 4, so I didn't really understand what the filing actually was. But so that's the Stassi stuff. So Jax is disputing their date of separation. She says that their date of separation was January 24th, but I guess Jax is disputing and saying that the date of separation is the 26th. Legal grounds, respondent. What is this? Jax gave Brittany full and legal custody of Cruz. Oh. Oh, I guess this is breaking right now. So he's relinquished custody. Oh no, that's kind of sad, right? Because I don't know. Not that Jax is like someone to root for, but my God. At the same time, it's kind of just like, hold on, let me see if I can pull this up directly. Sorry. Breaking news. Jax represented himself in the paperwork where he gives Brittany full physical and legal custody of their son. The Bravo babe just tweeted. She just posted all of the court documents right now too. Jason Couchy, declared on September 26th. So it's not that he's saying the date of separation was the 26th. He's now saying the custody battle. They've reached a decision in the custody battle. Mother, father, that's wild. Oh, this is heartbreaking. Cruz, born in 2021, so he's what, 3 now? Yeah. Oh, that's awful. I mean, granted, Jax doesn't seem to be doing well, but it's just to see him give up custody is heartbreaking. He must have done something really bad to just give away custody like that. I don't know, probably because Brittany agreed to allow him to see him. That's the hard part, though, is when there are disputes, like, if it's not written in court, sorry, like, it's, it ain't it doesn't always go the way that you, um, expect it to. He doesn't have to pay child support. Oh, that's an interesting point. If he gives her all the custody, then he doesn't have to pay child support. That's a point for sure. That I'm sure was part of the motivation. Homegirl's been through enough with that too. She really has. Very sad. Good for Brittany. Yeah. I mean, I think it's. Yeah, I'm just hoping that Jax isn't continue to work on himself and that he's not gonna. Um, Obviously, I want Jax to still be part of Cruz's life. You know, he doesn't seem like he wants responsibility. No, I think he wants the responsibility. I think he cares about his son for sure. It's probably for the best. But wow, wishing everyone the situation. Yeah, it's so unfortunate. Um, Oh, wow. I mean, what can we do? Right? All right. Well, that said, um, should we talk about Rachel? It will be easier for Brittany, and I hope Jax doesn't just disappear. I don't think he will. I hope they can work on it. I hope they do work on it. If she has full custody, he has to pay more. Oh, that's a good point, Urkapai. Unless he's giving up all his rights? I don't know. I guess we have to dig into, like, what that actually means. He will still have to pay child support. Yeah, okay, that actually makes more sense. That's a more sound argument is that he would have to pay it. Yeah, like Mallory says, it just depends on if he relinquishes his rights. I don't know if these, documents mean that. So, and then Rachel Leviss. So her and her publicist went on her podcast yet again. Here we go. Is there a lawyer in the chat? Help us, right, Stephanie? Like it's all breaking like in real time right now. They were like, what does this mean? Um, but so anyway, Rachel Leviss, her publicist is going on her podcast and she is claiming that they are standing by Ariana or their decision to sue Ariana because Ariana did Rachel wrong by sending the video to her. Because we know Ariana sent the video to Rachel directly and then sent that text message that said, "You're dead to me." And I'm just like, first of all, why are we still talking about this? Like, we already get you guys are moving forward with this, but like, why are we doing like my issue? First of all, the fact that you're even defending that because like Ariana did something wrong and she deserves to be prosecuted. She sent the video to Rachel, you ding dong. Like, or like she's not trying to circulate it or get it taught. And she's like, well, she talked about it. And I'm like, so did Rachel on camera. Like that they are completely like forgetting the facts of the fact, like Erica said, show me the facts. What about the people? What about the facts? Cite it. Um, hello, Rachel and Tom Sandoval had a conversation on camera about the videos. So Rachel herself outed the fact that she did the videos. But like they're talking about it again. And my issue is it's like Rachel's publicist at this point. The fact that she's doing her podcast so often now, she's making regular appearances on the podcast, um, to me, tells me that the publicist is clearly benefiting from this now as well. Like she's getting her name out there. She's getting to promote her publicity firm. It's like I've said this from the beginning that the people around Rachel in her circle are not doing her any justice. No justice at all. If anything, they're hurting her because they're using her. The lawyers are trying to get money out of Tom and Ariana, and they're probably going to go on some fishing expedition to try and go after the network as well, because that's what these ambulance chasing lawyers do. Um, Number one, I mean, we know they're not all good guys. Tom Girardi broke that mold for us. And then when it comes to the publicist, it's just like the publicist is obviously still getting paid somehow, right? She's not doing this pro bono, number one. And number two, she's out there promoting herself on Rachel's podcast every time they talk about this shit. Sydney says Ariana did literally nothing wrong. She confronted a friend with a video that she found. Yeah. And sent Rachel the video herself. Like, it's so ridiculous that this is even the conversation or that they're even trying to defend it. Like, it's so stupid. It gets me so heated just thinking about Rachel and her attempt to stay in the limelight and get money from this. It's ridiculous. It's not about holding Ariana accountable. Holding Ariana accountable for what? Like, I mean, that's going to be Rachel's next move. She's going to come out as two-spirited. She's the only one that still cares about this video. No one saw it. She hasn't been injured. She injured herself. Well, oh, and then they also said that they would love to see a sit down between Sheena and Rachel on Vanderpump Rules, but nobody's reached out about a sit down with Sheena and Rachel on Vanderpump Rules. And I'm just like, my God. Like, my God. Tiffany says, I heard on another podcast that Rachel was making an appearance of Vanderpump Rules this season. Okay, well, Vanderpump Rules isn't even in production. I don't think that that's true. Those are low budget rumors. And look at us still talking about Ratchet over. Well, we don't need to call her names, but she crazy. All right, guys, I have to run and go and tape Kate Casey's podcast, but check out a new episode of The Pop Report. That is everything I have for you. We covered a lot and probably a lot that'll get me canceled, but listen, it's called No Filter with Zack Peter. I'm Zack Peter, and I'm always going to keep it 100. No filter, baby. No filter. So, when I say I think JD Vance is kind of hot and, I'm here for it. And when I say we need to stop putting umbrellas under an umbrella and, show representation for the straight people, let's get it, All right, guys, I love you. I appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed this live. I know Stephanie was yelling at me. She's like, get to the good stuff. We will get there. I love you. I appreciate you. Yes, we will do our members only. Thank you for your patience. It's been a wild week. It's been a rough year, and I was just hit with a lot of stuff yesterday. So we still have our weekly members only. It's just sometimes we'll be on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, depending on my schedule, and depending on when life wants to knock me down a little bit. But I love you guys. I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day. Catch Kate Casey's podcast. I literally have to tape it in like -2 minutes ago. All right, ciao for now. Talk to you later. Bye. Give me a follow. Just plain Zach. Listen to the Pop Report. Love you. Mean it. Bye. Oh, I'm still here.